here on out at all. This isn't even a real show. These idiots are going to pay for. Okay, so anyway, we are live. So where did we leave off with Mersh? Okay, I've got the post here. So of course he was talking about his girlfriend Sarah. I thought before we get, deep into it again here, we could cover, and by the way, like everybody took off. We were in Discord. Everybody took off at the same time when Dirk and I went on air. If anybody wants to jump on air before we're in the Pizza Fund, feel free. Because I want to talk about some of the stuff we learned in between part 1 and now about Mersh's, friends and his life and the goings on. There were a few little revelatory moments that happened that I thought we could do here at the top. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, by the way, go watch part 1 before you watch this. This won't make any sense otherwise. So Mersh, this is the finale, final Mersh episode. Mersh had the gayest live journal of all time. We've been going over it. One fun thing, kind of a cool thing Hugh has been doing is every post, here, I'll put the live journal on screen. Every post has at the top of it a song. He's got his mood and his music. This is what in 2003, this is how you treated the internet. And so Hugh has been putting together a playlist of the Mersh music, which is like a really fun, good idea, I think. Let me see if I can pull this up. Now, of course, I can't. We're on YouTube right now. I can't play this right now, I guess. But we've got Time Bomb by Rancid. We've got Hell Bent for Leather by Judas Priest. Remember, we learned that Mersh listens to gay guy music while legitimately beating off to a movie that involves gay rape. So that was an actual thing that we learned. He also, and somehow gayer than what I just described, he also listens to the Final Fantasy X soundtrack, which is its own unique form of psycho. Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden, Diamonds and Guns, Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds. Wow, I don't think we've seen that in a post yet, so that's a spoiler. That's going to be a very embarrassing post. Oh, we got Hugh in the call in. Hey, Hugh, thanks for putting together this playlist here. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, great work, man.
Yeah,
no problem.
Yeah, so you've gone ahead, right? You've just gone through the whole thing here and grabbed all the songs.
I didn't get every song so far. I think I did not get to 2004 yet, but he does repeat himself a lot. So.
Oh, really? Mersh? No.
Oh, yeah.
You don't fucking say.
Jesse made a good point tonight, and I hate to say, it pains me to admit it, but when you're right, you're right.
Are these in post order as well?
Mostly, because I tried to include also when he mentions a specific, like, I'm this Carlin special, or here's this exact episode of Opie and Anthony.
Oh, so. I see that. Yeah, incredible.
Oh, fuck, you got the Opie and Anthony shit? That's so fun.
I can't wait to see what Don't You Forget About Me was the song for. That is going to absolutely be so horrifically embarrassing. The next one, by the way,
play the song while you read one of these.
Well, that's of course, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I just don't want to do it on YouTube. But we've got a bunch here that we've missed. The next song in the playlist, by the way, is WWE One of a Kind Rob Van Dam. So he's listening to wrestler music. Again, Mersh has never changed as far as being a guy. John Mayer, Bigger Than My Body. Impossible. It's never happened ever.
I know I'm fat. I know I'm a drunk. And I know I'm retarded.
That, and by the way, that's going to be an embarrassing one. I don't know what the fuck. I've never heard that song before, Bigger Than My Body, but a John Mayer song. That's going to be wildly embarrassing. The most embarrassing thing
I believe it's one of the gayer John Mayer songs.
Really?
Oh my God.
Shouldn't even be possible.
I think so.
How could you possibly be gayer than Your Body Is a Wonderland? The most embarrassing thing I've ever experienced in my entire life, and I hate to even say this because I it's about my dad. And this, of course, this is no, Mersh saying his dad was the town lolcow.
I'm a lolcow.
But it's bad. You never want to find out anything too embarrassing about your dad. Ask Dirk. And it's just, if you like your dad, if he's a good guy.
I love my dad.
Yeah,
he's a great
of course.
guy.
I love my dad. Great guy, I guess if you have a piece of shit dad, you don't care. But if you have a normal human family, you don't ever want to hear something bad about your dad. But then one day I found out that my dad just decided he likes John Mayer. That's fucking, by the way, in his 60s or something. I mean, that's not okay. And I had to sit down and
wire snapped in his head.
Anthony Cumia.
Okay, you know what? That was actually worse, Dirk, and I had forgotten about that. I had processed that trauma and I'd gotten over it, and now you've brought me back to my shameful place. Soldier, I wonder, George Carlin bit, you were all diseased. It stinks, you're stupid. Singing in the Rain. Ants marching. What, like the ants go marching 2 by 2, hurrah. He's just sitting around fucking listening to that. If that's what that song is,
the Dave Matthews Band.
That's going to be really horrible. Andrew WK, Party Hard, friend of the show, Andrew WK, by the way. One of the first guests of PodAWFUL, Andrew WK. Billy Joel, she's got away. Anyway, we've got a whole fucking playlist here. So yeah, maybe we'll check out some of those songs while we're going through it. Then we also discovered Mersh. It turns out, this is insane. We mentioned, I don't know how many of these posts we got through and what I'm remembering from already reading through this and what I'm remembering from the show, but I know at some point we discussed that he was mentioning dead friends. Like out of nowhere, he starts bringing up some girl who died, right? And this is going to be a recurring theme.
Oh my God.
Is it, like, if you know Mersh, do not get in a car, okay? Because we started looking up some of these names. Horrible, tragic. I mean, we're talking, people who died way, way, way too young. This isn't like a ghost hunter style death where, his sister was in a haunted home and she fell into an endless abyss filled of misery and, haints and haunts. This is a teenage girl, crashing her car or something, taken too soon from this earth.
Well, 2 of them, unfortunately.
Well, 2 of them. This is the craziest thing. So the girl he mentioned in the last episode, I can't remember her name now. We looked her up. Car crash. By the way, 3 other teenagers in the car with her, all dead. It's called the Mersh curse.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, if you're listening to one of the 2 of you is listening to the stream in the back, I can hear myself like a minute later somehow. So I don't know who's doing that, but please stop. The Mersh curse is upon us. And by upon us, I mean that girl, another girl he mentions in these blog posts. His nephew? Didn't his nephew die in a fiery wreck?
Well, he was drunk driving, right?
He was drunk driving. He was a speed racer. His friend dies in the same thing. He's got Chim Cham in the back seat with him. He's going as fast as humanly possible. He was doing a race with a wall. The wall won. And it didn't even move. I'm not sure how, but it somehow crossed that finish line before he did. And then his, remember Megan? She got gussied. Yeah. His friend Megan got gussied. I don't know if people remember this, but on Christmas a few years back, I think this is the first year we had been making fun of Mersh. And he had this friend named Megan, and it was, we were talking about this last time. He's going to be bringing up so many girls, and he's going to act like he had relationships with these girls. These are girls that never gave him the time of day.
I'm going to cope and see.
Nothing. He didn't touch them. He didn't mail them a kiss. Nothing. Okay, didn't get a single smackaroony. Maybe one of them felt bad for him one time because they were playing, everybody was around playing spin the bottle. They broke into a haunted house with his sister. He was checking on his sister's butt. Everybody's playing spin the bottle. Every time it lands on Mersh, they go dunk and move it over to one more. No. They move it over to like the diseased, Down syndrome kid they brought along with it. They're like, I'd rather make out with him. They're doing 7 minutes.
A rat sticking its head out of the wall.
Yeah, they're like 7 minutes in heaven, Rat King, and then they go and make out with the entire tail of a Rat King. So they become part of it. Their mouth scabs over. So anyway, maybe one of them ever gave him a chance for a peck or something. He had this girl when we first started making fun of them, named Megan, who he clearly had the hots for, lived in Florida near him. He hung out with her. The infamous photo of him where he's hula hooping and you can see his
was thinking
gunt.
that exact photo.
Yeah, his gunt is hanging out. That photo was taken by Megan. So in my book, that's a hero of PODAWFUL, a henchman.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful soul. And she was nice. She watched PODAWFUL as well,
Reaching through
actually.
the river of time.
She watched PODAWFUL, and we do remember her fondly. But one night, because of the Mersh curse, it was actually Christmas. She was going home from Christmas, and unfortunately, what ended up happening was she got gussied. Now, this is a technical term you may not be familiar with. That's when an old woman named Gussie runs her car into you and explodes you into a cloud of blood. And so that's literally what happened. You can just look that up. It's in the news that she was gussied. So I didn't even know that was an option for a name, even for an old woman, but it turns out she got gussied.
Local resident Miriam Gussie.
No, that was her first name, I think. I'm pretty sure she
Legal
was
first name?
I think her first name was Gussie, okay?
So it's probably Gussie Miriam.
Which
kind of a
is
double
short
first name.
for grandma pussy. I don't, it's like a MILF, sort of. It's beyond GILF. I'm looking to get that Gussie. That good pussy. So anyway, the point is, every single person Mersh has ever known has died in a car crash. It's fucking mental. The Mersh curse. Just another one of the things we learned. And was there anything else we learned from, all of this? There's been so much stuff after that episode.
Mersh pretending to be a new metal guy when he is clearly an emo guy.
Well, that was in the episode. I made a big
we
deal
talked
about
about
that. Some people were
I guess-
confused. I had people in my mentions going, Jesse, don't tell me he's a new metal guy when he's an emo guy. I'm like, that's I said, listen, just to be 100% clear, maybe some people disagree with this. I don't care. I'm right. You listen to me, not the other way around. So guess what? That means I must be the right guy. You're not sitting around listening to wrong people, or you'd be crazy. So
Sounds like you're listening to the left.
So yuck. So just to be 100% clear, I believe new metal and emo are diametrically opposed forces.
They are. Yeah.
They don't even intersect. They're parallel entirely. Whoa. Am I still on? You guys hear me?
In Discord, I don't know about the live stream.
Okay. Sorry. All of my screens just turned off. Maybe I don't know if that one behind me did, but everything in front of me just turned off.
It just stuttered. It looks fine.
That was scary. So anyway, I believe that new metal is now. Listen, are they in the same lane of white boy music? Sure, of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's just normal music, by the way. So we can just go ahead and put that to the side.
The Spencers versus the Hot Topic.
New metal's about white boy fun. It is white boy summer stuff. That's why he pretends to be new metal now, because he likes adopting this white boy summer aesthetic and all that kind of stuff. Emo is fall girl spooky vibes. It's who Mersh truly is. New metal's too much fun to be introducing emo. They are not compatible with one another, and I won't hear it any other way.
One time Limp Bizkit tried to do emo, it basically killed them. So
What was that?
when they tried to do their like revival album where Fred Durst got serious, he's talking about real shit, and one of the songs was basically about him trying to rape a girl.
Oh,
and it's like, that's my introspective song.
Well, then maybe
so.
Mersh did switch to nu metal.
Yeah.
Now, one of the other things we learned at the end of the episode was that Mersh fully admits to trying to have sex with high schoolers. Now, again, he's in his 20s during this. So every post we've read here, he's 100% in his 20s. He's saying he's going to go fuck a high schooler. We find out that one of his car crash Mersh victims was 17 years old when she died. So she was never, listen, what I'm saying is Mersh was friends with a girl, and talking about her in his 20s, was friends with a girl who never reached adulthood. Okay? He's still swooning and remembering and saying that only she could make him believe in God. This is about a forever child. Okay? An angel teenager, a teen angel. And so that's a creepy thing. Again, Mersh, straight up, it's 100% legal for you to say this. You don't have to say, in my opinion, Mersh is a pedophile. So that was fascinating, but still somehow low on the list of embarrassing things about Mersh that we're discovering. And I guess this isn't really related to the live journal, but this did happen after the show. And I believe, and many others believe, people are saying that it happened because of the episode. Mersh is now going on Twitter, going on his program, and he is claiming that he's now done with the Dabbleverse, that the Dabbleverse is, what did he call it, lazy? And
yeah, it's letting me become lazy by covering it.
Yeah, because that's new. That's definitely a new mode for Mersh. And so he's now trying to abandon the Dabbleverse. Now, so what he did, he said this on Twitter. So I tuned in. You know, I said I'm done with Nightwave. But he says that he's basically on Twitter saying all the same stuff that I've been saying 4 months ago. An incredible thing I've noticed is, and I didn't bring this up, and I wasn't going to. Again, this is the final episode. I wasn't going to talk about this at all. So, but only because I thought it was so obvious. I just want to make sure. I got to take the temperature of the room here before we go pizza fun. Am I the only one noticing that for the past 3 or 4 months, basically since the Ethan Ralph stuff started, Mersh is now copying me, but from 4 months ago, every single week? So, like, what I mean by that is 4 months ago when he started, 4 months previous to that, whatever I was saying then, he started saying, and then it's been going ever since. The time keeps flowing in that direction ever since. And so he has literally, well, I don't know. You know what? Let's do this. Let's run an experiment here. I'm going to go to my YouTube channel. Let's see. I'm going to say whatever I was saying, doing, covering, particularly about his sort of world here 4 months ago. You're going to hear him say that on his program tonight or tomorrow or the next day. Let's see. 4 months ago, we've got Josh Moon mad at the internet. That was that episode. Me talking about, so whatever my take was on Josh Moon and Kiwi Farms, that could be coming up, but that's not really his wheelhouse. We've got Rufio.
He mentions Josh every now and then.
Yeah, it could happen. But you know what was just about 3 or 4 months ago was the gooning on Tumblr scenario. So that he could finally attempt to address that instead of what's happening now. Look, it doesn't matter. The point is, there's any number of things I could have been doing or saying back then. But every take I've had about the Dabbleverse, about destroying it, about how lazy it is and what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. He's word for word. It's not the vibe. It's not he's having the same idea. He's saying things word for word the same as me. He is obviously watching PodAWFUL. I mean, to to an embarrassing degree. He is watching PODAWFUL. It is rubbing off on him. And then after about 3 or 4 months, he starts thinking these were his thoughts. And so he starts saying them thinking it's perfectly safe. And in all fairness, it basically is perfectly safe for him to say because his, those freaks, we don't invite them here. So they don't know that I've been saying this shit forever. I tuned in to his show where he's saying like, oh, this is all this Dabbleverse stuff has got to end and stuff. I only watched for a few minutes. I wish I could remember now. I don't have the energy to sit through his fucking stream again and find it and listen to everything he had to say again. There was a phrase, again, I think it was last night's episode. Whenever he said that, last night's episode, maybe the night before, he said a phrase that is only I'm the only human being who's ever said that phrase or that word or whatever it was, that thought ever. He said it word for word, and now I'm forgetting it. I was trying to remember it right before the show.
You got to use the transcript or something. I don't know. Scrub through it.
It's not worth because we got to get through all this stuff. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
The only reason I bring it up at all, because again, I thought this was obvious. I thought everybody knew what was going on. He is now attempting to bail from the Dabbleverse, which means mission accomplished. The Dabbleverse is dead. It's not, it's on its last, no. Mersh is going live and going like, even Tukey says it's dead.
Yeah.
The puppet. He's saying, he's like, that's his big claim to like, see, I'm right, is Felt agrees with him. Let's go, Felted, etc. I don't have that one. Fuck.
Felted, let's go, etc. Yeah.
You get it.
Did I cross swords with this guy at some point?
I saw a guy tweet out today, and Mersh retweeted it. Number one, he tweets out hashtag total Dabbleverse death. Hello. Number two, apparently, I don't know anything more about this. Apparently, Dabbleverse clippers, which how much shit did I talk about them? And I said that's a bad thing. The clipping economy and all of this stuff is bad stuff. It's going to lead to bad things. Apparently, they are now paywalling clips. Now, just in case you don't understand what's happening there, because this is a little confusing. They're clipping other people's content. They're stealing it. They're just stealing content. They're monetizing it on YouTube. And then they are paywalling the clips of free content from YouTube.
Well, and it's even sadder.
Yes.
This isn't even an original idea. They're stealing this from the DSP clippers.
I'm sure tons of people do that. It's not an original idea at all, of course, but it's crazy, and it's really crazy to do to such a low rent community. You could maybe get away with that in a big, on a big lolcow or a big community where people really care about this kind of shit. Who the fuck's gonna pay to see clips of Dabbleverse shit? It's so over. Mission accomplished.
Hoorah.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. We did it. Now Mersh is trying to jump ship. He's had it. And I know what it really is. Again, people are by the way, I don't know if people know this. People are saying this. They're calling it the diaperverse.
Oh, yeah.
An interesting name.
Yeah, I remember hearing about this, yeah.
Several people so far have referred to it as the diaperverse. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't even know why. I don't know what that means. That would make more sense for like Red Bar or something like that. But apparently, even Ralph, actually, because of the diaper delivery. But this is what there's. I don't know if it's because they're all in nursing homes. They poop their pants or what's going on. But a lot of these guys, they are referring to it as the diaperverse now. So it's over. It's over. Mersh wants to jump ship. He's trying to jump ship because of this episode, because he knows that I have unleashed this ammo against him on the world.
Mhm.
And the worm is turning. And the worm in this case, I'm of course referring to as Royce's wife, Marie. Earthworm Jim, they call her. G-Y-M. So it's very exciting. I mean, it's all very fun, very exciting stuff. And I'm not kidding. It's almost making me bashful to be on air and to do this right now. I was going to do this purely Pizza Fund and not show face publicly at all on this. But I wanted to address this because I'm not kidding. I believe Mersh saw that I said I will never cover him again, deduced that it's because he is part of the Dabbleverse and it's too gay to cover, and is now quitting the Dabbleverse so that I will keep covering him. I legitimately think he's worried that he's going to lose me. Is that possible?
Don't drive a car, Jesse, is what I'd say.
That's a good idea. Don't you? Okay, so that's what Mersh is saying to me right now. He wants me to stick around. I swear to God, I do believe that. I'm not kidding.
It was with burgers. We've seen it with Clay. You know, it's a staple for all.
Oh yeah, Burgers is doing the same thing right now. I blocked Mr. Burgers on Discord, and he sent me multiple tweets asking me to unblock him on Discord. A guy who hates me, wants nothing to do with me. Somebody posted this on r/Mersh. They said Mersh is upset the Dabbleverse is turning into the Mersh effect. Now this is fascinating because, of course, we invented the Mersh effect. And I've been saying from the jump, the Dabbleverse is now the Mersh effect, right? We had a whole episode about this.
I can't take them anymore. And now, last night, the clip I was asked to watch, and I didn't. I waited till somebody clipped it because I'm not sitting. I love you, Tukey. I'm not sitting through a whole episode of Tukey Soup. I love you. I love Tukey. But I can't sit through the three guys gossiping about Stuttering John for an hour. I want the good stuff.
Are you kidding me? That's all you do.
You're describing every show in the Diaperverse, which again is what they're called. I don't understand. Don't even ask me about that. But that's a lot of people in the chat are saying it right now. They're typing it over and over again.
So I was like, I'll get this meltdown when somebody clips it. So we're going to get into that clip because I really want to show you that it's not just me that thinks that you people have jumped the shark.
Even Elmo believes in this, okay? So it's serious now, guys. Big Bird's on board. We're waiting to hear word from Oscar when he wakes up.
Puppets are the highest caste of that system.
You got to make sure.
And that it's overexposed and that you guys are reaching...
Syphil and Ollie are starting to revolt.
Thing that I told you guys a while back was going to happen. If you don't gatekeep and you don't police, then what happens is everybody with StreamYards gets to have a show. This happened to me and Royce.
Yeah, it's called the Mersh effect, and you did it.
How many years ago? 14 years ago. Royce and I started a website called More Like Radio. And at first, it was a cool website, and it
No, it wasn't.
got a lot of views.
No, it didn't. And by the way, like it was radio. What do you mean views?
Our little clicker went up on the bottom of the page,
right?
And it got a little
popping off.
Again, because PodAWFUL's 16 years old. If that was a big thing back then, I would have known about it. It's just true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I knew all of the podcast stuff. I was involved in everything. More Like Radio is a pet project that Royce and his monkey wife were tooling on in a basement somewhere. By the way, I didn't know Mersh and Royce have been together for 14 years. That's crazy.
Buzz. And we had Bob Levy. It was on.
He had buzz. Bob Levy was
More Like Radio back in the day. Bob Levy will tell you about More Like.
No, he won't. You ask Bob Levy, he's going to go,
Maybe I don't remember it.
I know that because I asked Bob Levy, hey, do you remember doing Mersh's satanic wedding? He's like, you tell me that, I believe it. I mean, what could I tell this old man that he wouldn't believe at this point? I don't remember much.
Radio. We had a podcasting network. We were trying to do something that had a...
Yeah, but you had a podcasting network where one of the guys on it was Cousin Joe. Okay, so...
I remember Cousin Joe.
Oh, we all remember. I met Cousin Joe. IRL.
Yeah.
Starstruck.
I'm not kidding. I sat next to Cousin Joe. I went into his ear. I heard it come out the other side.
Barrier of entry. And then somewhere between 2011, 2012...
Somewhere between 2011 and 2012. So when you started your fucking thing?
The fucking equipment, you didn't need a firewire anymore. They started coming out with these...
A firewire in 2012. Okay, buddy.
USB things, and it just destroyed the barrier of entry. And now...
So he's now complaining about how it's too easy to get a podcast. A thing I was saying 14 years ago at the show. PodAWFUL, the entire premise of PodAWFUL for like 10 years was, it's getting a little too easy. There's too many of you guys doing this.
Anybody could just have
I'm a
show.
podcaster, technically.
How far away are we from StreamYard is making this too?
Right? And like, the problem was, and I'm not trying to say, nobody should ever...
The difference is, the difference is when he's literally doing the difference is right here.
Yep. The problem was, and I'm not trying to say, nobody should, everyone should be allowed to experiment and have a show.
Okay, no one should be allowed to experiment. No. That's something you do in college in the privacy of your own dorm.
Problem is, there's a difference between everybody.
There's a difference!
That's the word
there
of the day.
You go.
Look, we didn't get it at the end of the last episode, but it happened. I told you. There's at least one the differences in every Nightwave.
Pete, everyone should be allowed to experiment and have a show. The problem is there's a difference between everybody should be allowed to try their hand at doing a show versus everyone should start immediately rolling out the red carpet and supporting every show. When they removed the barrier of entry, the problem with More Like Radio, and Royce will back me up on this, Frozen Asian will back me up.
The Frozen Asian?
Dude. Holy shit. That guy's word goes a long way.
But I'm not kidding. Does his chat know who Frozen Asian is? There's a distinct possibility that they don't even know.
On this?
I barely know.
He's just some Asian guy, right?
He's that Quado who came off of Royce.
So back me up on this. Frozen Asian will back me up on this. JJ will back me up on this.
The JJ Stoner?
The chatter.
I know who JJ is. Ain't nobody. JJ is on Daywave. That's how I know nobody knows who he is.
The mark of death.
Oh my God.
What happened was every dickhead in the chat that used to fucking be in the chat and promote us and they'd make photoshops and they'd make stuff and they'd do stuff. All of them wanted to have a show. Remember that?
It's called the Mersh Effect. And now it's called the Diaper Verse. You invented that. That's the one thing I would give Mersh credit for coming up with. Is the world's worst idea ever, which is that what if the whole audience was show? What if everybody had a Nightwave? I can be Nightwave. I literally own a shirt.
Web connects them all.
I own a shirt that says I can be Nightwave that he sold. And I bought it because I was like, yeah, me too. I can be Nightwave. I own the trademark.
Am I wrong, Frozen? Am I wrong, JJ?
They're like, yes. They're just quietly, yes. You can hear them from the next room.
Yeah, they're yelling in the background.
I'm not wrong here.
Oh, Well, that must be true. I'm watching him, and you wouldn't watch a wrong guy, would you?
There was a time at More Like Radio when there were
the classic More Like Radio. That's like me. Oh my God. That's so stupid. There was a time at More Like Radio, the world's biggest podcasting network, the most famous thing that ever existed.
When I started my career in the Seventh Circle, things were different.
shows, and there was a community that supported that show. And then all of a sudden,
I might as well be going, there was a time at Madcast Media. I remember when Madcast Media was ruling the airwaves. It was me, Maddox. Lord Matthew will back me up on this. Dirk, the other Dirk, not the Dirk who's here right now, a different guy named Dirk that I forgot about until this Dirk brought him up right before the show.
Everyone could do a show, and it was a lot cheaper and easier to do a show. And then like Ustream came out and all these other things. People started and they went, this is super easy to do. And then all of a sudden, the entire audience, everyone wanted to do a show now. Where are the super chatters now? Where are all the people now that used to support this? Now everybody.
Where have all the cowboys gone?
You just got a show?
Where's Waldo? Dude, where's my car?
Let's get a bunch of nobodies on StreamYard.
You're a bunch of nobodies. It's you and Cousin Joe and Royce. And JJ. You just named Frozen Asian as like the biggest guy you could come up with. That was your A-lister. You're... Who, by the way, I legitimately don't know this. I've been studying ROTC. I have my master's in ROTC. I've been studying them for 6 years or whatever it is. I'm not kidding. I have no clue if Frozen Asian has ever had a show. Has he had one? No idea.
And let's all talk about 6 other nobodies.
That's the premise of the diaperverse. Ooh, the last cigarette on Earth.
And let's rehash some shit that 4 main guys this week have already covered and did so and covered it.
He thinks he's the main guy, by the way. He thinks he's up there. Now, here's the thing, okay? I'm going to do something insane right now.
Okay.
Not planned. Didn't plan it last episode. Didn't plan it before coming on live right now. And even just throwing this out there conceptually murders me. But I have to do it because it's the funniest thing to do. And my favorite movie was Roger Rabbit. Okay. And my hero, Roger Rabbit, I heard this from Nick Mullen, but I heard he once said that I could only do it when it was funny. So I know Dabbleverse guys are watching. And by the way, there's like a little gaggle of Diaperverse guys that have been sort of, I see you. For the past couple months, they've been sniffing around PODAWFUL.
Hovering like botflies.
Just try. No, botfly implies that they're trying to get something. It's not like a vulture thing. They're testing the waters. I think a lot of people realize, in the Diaperverse, realize this ain't going anywhere. This thing's dead on arrival. Here's the guy who's been masterfully planning to murder it for a year. And they've been sort of smelling around, seeing if they'll be cool here if they jump off there. And maybe trying to figure out, well, what do we talk about now? Because here's what happened with Mersh. Mersh said he's not going to talk about this stuff anymore on Twitter. And then he went live to say, I'm not going to cover this stuff anymore. And then he did nothing but cover it the whole episode long because he has nothing else.
Called?
Huh?
Yeah, the episode was called Time to Make a Change or something.
Time to Make a Change. Yeah, no change was made. And by the way, I mean that both metaphorically and shaking his tin can wise. So I'm not going to call anybody. I'm not going to say any names, but you guys know who you are. I know who you are. And I'm not even talking about just the people getting exposed in chat, but there's a lot of dudes sniffing around to see, am I friend or foe? If they jump ship, will I help them out? Okay.
Will Igor get a new doctor?
Something like that, yes. And, you know, my thought previously was I'm just ambivalent and tired. I just don't want to be involved. I don't want to think about you freaks. You know, I don't like their tweets and I don't respond to them and all this kind of stuff. But it's not that it's not a hate. I just don't want to be involved. I don't want to know about it. Okay, well, I changed my mind. I changed my mind. Oh, Mersh wants to leave the Dabbleverse? Oh, I changed my mind. Okay, Mersh just claimed that he's one of the top 4 guys of your universe. Are you a Dabbleverse grifter? Okay, are you part of the Diaperverse? Do you believe Mersh is one of the top 4? Do you think he should believe he's one of the top 4? Now, I know Mersh is going to try to point to super tips donations. I guess he's like, you know, some nights of the week he's on the top of the leaderboard of in how many tips he gets. But this is a dude who's been grifting off of super chats for years. So like that just makes sense, of course. Thank you for exposing people in the chat, by the way. People are exposing in the chat.
Hi, Mikey.
Who's
Mikey No More in there?
Mikey No More. I like Mikey No More. Is he black?
He might be.
I have made friends with so many black streamers. I do like them. Okay?
They like you.
They like me is really what it is. Mikey No More, King Sly. Yeah, we're friends to the black streamers. Okay, I don't know that Mikey is, but I heard his voice and I went, this sounds a little. I call it sus. When a guy sounds black. If you sound black, I refer to that as sounding sus. I don't know if I'm using that correctly, but
no, you are.
Yeah, it sounds right. Here's what I'm saying.
You good?
Mersh, he's going to base it on the. I feel like he thinks this based on super tips, which is crazy because, you know, most of like anybody who's a top guy is not making the majority of his money off of begging, which is what super tips is. And fine. It's a fine way to make money. Fine. I'm not talking shit about it. It just is begging. You are begging people to give you money for nothing in exchange. It's a handout. You're a digital panhandler. You're an e-waitress. And that's fine. But the difference is when he does it, the difference is anybody who's one of the top 3, top 4 guys in any place, they're not making the vast majority of their money off of that kind of thing. Or at least they shouldn't be. That's bad if they are. Mm-hmm. You know, they've got real audiences. And if you're, all right, I'll put it like this. If you're making money off of super chat type things, for the most part, if that's the bulk of your income, then that means that you live and die off of a handful of whales. That's how that works.
What about their Patreon?
Revenge of the Sisses Patreon? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. What about?
Oh, yeah. No, that's doing great. I saw a post on Reddit. Somebody said that Mersh is now claiming he makes, what was it? 6,000 a month, something. I can't even remember what the amount was. And everybody was like, no way. He's lying. He's like, 100% he's making more than that. Just to be clear, like financials wise, absolutely Mersh is clearing anywhere between 3,000 and 6,000 easily. It's probably more than that, especially
night away.
Especially along with ROTC. So I was going to jump in on that post and clear that up, but then I was like, I don't want to sit there and go over exactly why I know this and that. And yeah, it just seemed gay. Let's just accuse him of being broke. Obviously. Yeah, you're right. He doesn't. He makes no money. But I only say that because it's not the way you should be making your money, because you live and die off of whales. If a whale dies, you're dead now. Okay? You need those people to constantly be sending in these gigantic ones. Mersh, if he didn't get, every once in a while he gets that random like, oh, look, somebody just randomly gave me $500 tonight. And it's just some drunk guy spending his SSI all in one night. And then Mersh has to give it back. But that still puts him at the top of the leaderboard. So I want you to ask yourself this. If you're one of these diaperverse guys watching right now, you've been sniffing around my taint, trying to figure out where I'm at on the board. Can you jump in with me? Are you going to be safe with me once the Dabbleverse finally crumbles, when there's no more whales left? Because it's this closed economy. We were talking about this the other night. Where does the money come? It's all these guys have shows, like Mersh is saying, and then they all give money to the other shows. They're all super chatting the other shows. It's just this closed income loop happening. And of course, the answer is the money comes from you, the American taxpayer. Okay, you are giving some disgusting freak on disability your tax money, and he's spending it on the diaperverse. That's why it's called the diaperverse. I think I finally figured it out. He's sitting there pooping in his diaper. He's a bug man in a pod. Hi, I'm Pod. He's a bug man in a pod, and he is the one injecting new cash into this, and then it just swirls around in circles forever until these guys die. And that's the problem. When all of your whales are SSI guys, they're going to die. They do die. Like, I can literally name 3 or 4 dead Mersh fans. Not
Larry MD.
Which, by the way, Larry and MD, somebody needs to investigate whether or not that was a car crash. Okay. This is going on way longer than I meant it to, because it always does. Let me wrap this up by saying I'm now in the Dabbleverse.
Huzzah!
Oh, Mersh is one of the top 4 guys in the Dabbleverse. Oh, Mersh is leaving the Dabbleverse. Oh, hashtag total Dabbleverse death. Never heard that one before. Oh, really? Well, now I'm teaming up with the guys who have been sniffing around. I'm going to be giving them everything I've got on Mersh. I'm not going to cover Mersh anymore. I am done with it. But I am going to be part of your universe, whether you like it or not. I'm going to be involved. I'm going to be in there. I'm not going to like it. I don't want it. But I'm now with you.
That 4 main guys this week have already covered and did so and covered every base of it and did it in a funny way.
4 main guys. Who are the 4 main guys? So Patrick Melton, he's up there. Who are these podcasts, I would assume? Tukey, the puppet, and a potato, I guess. So essentially, a puppet and 3 potatoes are the top 4. And Mersh thinks he's the fucking, tuber growing off of the next. He thinks he's in there. He thinks he snuck in under the wire. He's buds with the puppet. The puppet led him through the velvet rope. Okay? We're not allowing I'm not going to allow him to try to jump ship now that I'm done with him. You're stuck. You're stuck for good. I'm going to make sure of this.
Let's pan for gold.
Ozone says Jesse's in the Dabbleverse. Okay, I'm in for 50 memberships. Let me see it. Let me see it, and I'll put on Carman X. What's his name?
Carman X.
Yeah.
Carman X.
Old after this place has been dried out a while ago, and that's what happened.
I'm going. Oh, MLC. Yeah, I guess he's a top guy, huh?
Yeah.
With more like radio, and it's what's happening with the Dabbleverse now. Now,
yeah, this is brand new. This is just now happening.
Am I wrong?
No. Are you wrong? No, you're just me. Of course you're not wrong. How could I possibly disagree with you? You're me.
Jesse made a good point tonight, and I hate to say, it pains me to admit it.
It pains
when you're right, you're right.
When you're right, you're right.
Watch PODAWFUL. Watch your show.
Yeah, that is something he's been recommending all year long.
Are people going to take what I'm saying right now as sour grapes.
And by the way, Super Tips is now open. Like, I think anybody can get on there. I think you have to have an invite code. Somebody give me an invite code. Hey, let me get an invite code. And I'm not going to use it, by the way. Again, my super tip will be supertip.gg/Mersh is a gay homosexual loser. He's got a trying. It's going to be the longest URL they'll possibly allow me to do. I just want the QR code. That's it. And then I won't allow any of them to play. I'll be stealing your whale's money. Okay? They will. I'll cover this shit. I will climb my way up the leaderboard. It'll be the easiest thing. I'm going to dabble cuck you. I sponsor cucked Mersh. Did we even include that in the top 10? I don't remember.
Oh my God.
We forgot about that
The
one.
sponsor cucking is so crazy. If you don't know, go watch Pizza Fund. I literally stole his sponsorship from him one time and got them to pay me more money than him specifically. Like, I asked for that. And they're like, yep. I made more in one episode of his with his sponsor than he made in months with them. And then I never did it again. I ripped them off.
What about in real life? You got more super chats than him when you met him in New York.
More super chats, more views than Hollywood Mersh. It's a repeating pattern, guys. I can do this. I'm fully capable. Are we happy with Mersh thinking he's in the top 4? He's going to have to adjust that to top 5 when I get in there, and then that will also be wrong. Okay? And I don't need to see a leaderboard. Don't show me a leaderboard. Don't go, Jesse, but... No. Thank you to Counter for a guy just sending $10. No message. Wow. So people are happy with me they're happy with me joining the diaper verse. I'll put on a diaper right now to get with it. I'm just gonna come on here. Hey, so today, someone from one person's chat room was mad at a lady from someone else's chat room. I just keep getting 1 inch higher in my seat every few minutes.
As some kind of thing from a guy that literally told the Dabbleverse from day one, I come not in peace, but with a sword.
Ozone with 50 PODAWFUL. He's exposing. So that's more people than watch the show now. So...
Whoa, dude. I came here
Yeah. Ninja Guinea
to burn down whatever I could and win over a few new flock of people before we move on.
Sorry, they all have shows, Mersh. You don't get to win over. There's no audience to win over. They're all show guys. Even the ones that don't stream are show guys. Ozone.
Stealing a time slot from Hugh Jan.
Fucking Ozone is a guy whose name gets brought. They all know him. He has no show, I don't think. I don't know. And yeah, speaking of dudes who have no show. Okay. The Mersh's top guy for the past few months now. He's been sniffing around Mersh for getting busy in Mersh's bouquet. Absolute #1 butt huffer with a bullet to the back of the H is a fella by the name of Who Jan the host. Now, you're asking yourself, what is he the host of? Nothing. His name is confusing. His name is really confusing. People have been asking me about it ever since I first brought him up. They're going, Who Jan? What is that? What does that mean? The host of what? First off, he's never streamed. He's claiming he's streaming live for the first time tomorrow. Now, when he said that, he said 11. He didn't say what time zone that is, and he didn't say AM or PM. So we'll see. My guess is it ain't ever going to happen. You'll never stream. I promise you, Who Jan, you'll never stream. Some people are going, Who Jan? What kind of name is that? It's short for huge anus. Now, Who Jan has been trying to be Mersh's absolute #1 dude for so long now. And if you don't know Hoojan, you might not know the pattern. There's a pattern. So pattern is, what does Mersh call it? Elements of the crime. Okay. Here's his elements of the crime. Hoojan finds a new E-daddy, sort of a grifter drifter. He finds a new E-daddy. He dedicates his life to them for months. Sometimes it's actually a very short period of time. And then when they either ignore him or don't give him the amount of love that he, in his BPD mind, feels like he deserves, he turns on them, blocks them, and starts talking shit about them from behind a block. Saw him do it to Ethan Ralph. Saw him do it to 100 other guys. Saw him do it to me, personally. I didn't give him the time of day. I knew exactly what was going. Again, when these guys are sniffing up my keister, meester. So this happened today. Hoojan, huge anus, we call him. You can have one of your people let me know when you've stopped having a cry. Holy fuck, that shit's annoying and doing my head in. Fuck off. I'm not dealing with another Ethan Ralph and stepping on eggshells around you. Same goes for anyone else. Who's he talking about? Mersh, who he has now blocked on Twitter.
And you know he's mad because he did not include a crying, laughing emoji.
Right, yes.
Really pissed.
Yes, if you've been following along with the Hoojan situation on Twitter for a while now, this is out of left field. This is a shocker. Couldn't believe it. Now, I love the way he starts this off with, you can have one of your people let me know. Like Hoojan, a dude who has never had a show ever even one time. No one knows who he is except for me and a handful of other stalker psychopaths. He thinks everything is like business. He's got to have these business meetings. Your people will talk to my people. No, if you want to hear from Mersh again, unblock him. Now, by the way, I looked through Mersh's timeline. This is the one time where Mersh kind of looks good. I looked through Mersh's timeline. There's no interaction. There's no mention. I don't think Mersh even knows this is happening. He's like going to forget Hoojan existed by tonight. It's pathetic. Then Hoojan replies to himself, because ain't nobody else going to do it. And he says, he's actually pissed me off. Oh, I'm sorry. He's British. I should be doing he's actually pissed me off. Acts like a little fucking girl, having his tantrums. Get that the fuck out of my space, miserable cunt. And then, okay, I wasn't going to mention it, but Dan, this guy Dan, is one of the guys who's been sniffing around me. No offense, but you have been doing that. I don't dislike you. You're probably a nice guy. I don't really know anything about you. Really, I think you've talked shit about me before, so it's kind of funny. I've enjoyed that you've been sniffing my keister a little bit recently, replying to me. He's gonna honestly, this is gonna end up in a Hoojan scenario with me and him in a second here if I keep talking. So I'll just stop. I'm sure he's fine. Anyway, he replies to Hoojan. He says, it was always a matter of time. Once a lol cow, always a lol cow about Mersh, which I 100%, I agree. You're right. You're right, and you're good. And you're I'm
a lol cow.
Maybe you're the best guy in the whole diaperverse. And Hoojan replies, nah, I don't think he's a lol cow, dude. I like him. I consider him a friend. I'm not going to suddenly start going after him or being against him because of this. He's always got my loyalty. Hoojan thinks he's friends with Mersh.
Oh, man.
What?
Pals.
What? Are you are you okay?
In many ways, it's a good thing that the Hoojan cycle doesn't go far enough, because he's going to end up like single white femaling one of these guys at some point. He's going to gain weight. He's going to wear the hat. He's going to get cross-eyed.
The Hoojan scenario is so insane, and we will be monitoring the situation. You going live tomorrow for real? I'll be the judge of that. We're going to be paying attention to some Hoojanity here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're going Hoojan in the membrane, and we will be checking that out tomorrow. But tonight, it's back to the live journal, ladies and gentlemen.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. PodAwful.pizza.
Pizza.
PodAwful.pizza.
Kyle Coleman Groiper in the chat says Kyle will never go live. I agree with that. Now, somebody else brings up a good point. They say, Hoojan, he's friends with Mersh. He's allowed to go to Mersh's house. I think you should. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea. Go to Mersh's house. In fact, everyone go to Mersh. All right. So we're going to
everybody.
We're going to pick up right where we left off here at I've also been thinking about my ex-girlfriend, Sarah.
We're going to hear a lot about Sarah.
Oh, we're going to be hearing some straight up psycho shit about Sarah. Absolutely insane. This dude, he's going to lose it. Remember Angela? We had Angela. We've got Sarah. We've got Gussie. We've got them all. It's going to be so good. Thank you. Ilya says, I get free memberships on shows I don't even watch. Haha. That's some kind of luck. Oh, he didn't get the membership, even though, yeah, Ilya's been watching forever. He didn't get a membership after all those. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't even do member shit. It's fake. That just means you can't use emojis. Sorry, man. You're not in the future billionaire club. Just naming it after the poor monetary decision it is to get a membership on YouTube. All right. So we're going to head on over to the Pizza Fund right now. I'm going to set it up and we'll be live over there. PodAwful.pizza, $12 level and up. We'll get you access to this one. And again, it's fucking the Mersh finale until it ain't no more. I've just wasted an entire hour not doing live journal posts again. So this one might
Awesome.
We might go into another episode, and the next time it's going to go up a level in the Pizza Fund. Yeah. So join the Pizza Fund. PodAwful.pizza. Let me update this and see if it's working. All right, and Pizza Fund. Are you working? Yep. By the way, we've got a brand new player on the Pizza Fund. Thank you to my guy who does that. It's very good. Everybody's saying it's super slick. It's working really well. It's awesome. A bunch of the posts have been reconnected now, I believe, as well. Not everything. Still got to work on it. But a lot of old stuff is back. So see you over there. PodAwful.pizza.
Sorry, nigga.
I'm Tom Gully, and you're watching Is This Live, the show
This content right here
on the PodAwful TV network.
is Pizza Fund's own.
PodAwful.pizza.
This shit is beefer. You're listening to Howdy Do with J. Crew.
PodAwful.pizza.
We got shooters in these streets.
Nigga.